Hello students, welcome to the lecture on employee development. And after the lecture we will be able to learn the following objectives. Understand the employee development concepts and purposes. Define employee development methods. Explain employee development approaches. Define the interpersonal relationships. Explain employee development and turnover. Describe the managing workplace efficiency. Explain engaging management. Define development planning process. Define company strategies for employee development. Describe how to deal with a plateaued employee. Let's start with a brief introduction to what is employee development. The development of an employee is one of the most important factors for the progress and growth of any organization. The term employee development is referred to any activity which results in employees acquiring new or advanced skills, knowledge by providing learning and training facilities. Let's discuss the concept of employee development. Employee development is a joint, ongoing effort on the part of an employee and the organization in which he or she works to upgrade one's knowledge, skills, and abilities. Successful employee development requires a balance between an individual's career needs and goals and the organization's need to get work done. Ensuring that employees are accountable and motivated can help all businesses remain buoyant and successful. If an employee was not given real purpose or was lacking in direction and job satisfaction, the motivation and desire to help their employer increase their turnover would be slim. We shall now discuss the methods of employee development. Encourage employees to participate in conferences and seminars in line with their position and skill sets. Employees learn a lot of new things while on job itself. Write critical incident notes and share with all other related employees. Field trips also help in employee development. Take employees out for client visits, plant visits, site visits, and so on. Human resource professionals must provide manuals, guidelines, checklists, organization policies for the employee to know what he is supposed to do in the organization. Employees can also be provided additional responsibilities by their team managers. Job rotation also helps an employee to develop and enhance his skills. Trainings and employee development activities plays a crucial role in developing employees and preparing them for adverse situations and unforeseen circumstances. Let's move on to talk about the approaches of employee development. Requiring specific courses. Genuine development relies on internal motivation. While we can require someone else to attend a course, we cannot require them to learn unless they want to do so. Requiring a certain number of hours to be spent in class. While this approach includes an element of employee choice, it is not enough to counteract the resistance-producing effect of requiring development. Requiring a certain number of courses. A variation of requiring time in class, this approach allows for some degree of choice due to the voluntary nature of course selection. Interpersonal relationships. Interpersonal relationships exist between any two or more persons who interact and fulfill one or more physical or emotional needs. Challenges in life may feel less daunting to people with close interpersonal relationships. Strong interpersonal relationships. Strong interpersonal relationships exist between people who fill many of each other's emotional and physical needs. Weak interpersonal relationships. Mild interpersonal relationships exist when people fill modest needs. Enhancing interpersonal relationships. Interpersonal relationships occur between people who fill each other's needs in some way. Education program. The purpose of the Educational Assistance Program is for workforce planning and development. It provides a tool for managers and employees to support academic activities. Job experiences. Temporary assignments. Cross-training, rotation. Conducting meetings, conferences, forums. Preparing and making presentations. Participation on a larger scale committee. Job shadowing. Networking. Assessment. Increasing employee retention. Many managers ask, what does an employee assessment show an employer? Or, how can we use the information in an employee assessment to make critical business decisions that will increase productivity and profitability? Investing in human resources through training and management development improves individual employee capabilities and organizational capabilities. But investing in people is not the same as investing in equipment or machinery. There is a second reason that organizations have a bias towards investments in equipment rather than employee development. Developing employees makes them more attractive to other employers, potentially making them more likely to turn over. Do not waste their time. Something as small as habitually keeping employees waiting while we finish up phone calls, or as large as regular meetings that no one knows the purpose of, can pummel employee morale and send the message that their time does not really matter. Stop the email madness. Leadership comes from the top. Does your organization have a CYA, culture of employees, each other on every minute development? Or emailing consistently late at night or over the weekend to earn the coveted timestamp that proves their dedication to the company? Let's get real. It is an email arms race to prove who the hardest worker is. End the pity party. In some organizations, employees brag about who worked the longest, who stayed the latest, or who made the most sacrifices for the company. It is a bizarre blend of workplace machoism and a pathetic cry for sympathy. Help them prioritize. Though it would be lovely, employees cannot be expected to read mind. It is a responsibility every time you hand over a new project to ask them what's already on their plate and help them prioritize. Get real about expectations. No investment bank promises great work-life balance. We know what they are selling, and it is not just IPOs. It is a chance for employees to work insanely hard and, in return, make more money than Croesus. Try the rhythm method. If we expect bursts of activity from employees late at night, weekend work, and the like, make sure they understand the rhythms and when they can look forward to a calmer time. People can get through most anything if they have a deadline to look forward to. Help them develop a growth plan. Looking out for employees' interests, not just your own, or the company's, breeds loyalty. Take the time to get to know their aspirations. If their long-term goals require new skills, give them relevant assignments or pay for classes as a reward. Let's explore the managing workplace efficiency. Efficiency in the workplace is defined by the work or tasks completed in a single workday by a single employee, or by the work completed by a department or team in a given time period. Efficient employees work hard to complete their tasks, meaning the company gets more work completed for the same hourly pay rate.
To build good rapport in the business arena, and if you want to impress others, you can follow simply 3 things so that you can create lasting impression on others. 1. Choose the right word as per the occasion. If you are good at situational vocabulary, it can really help you to connect well with the minds of people, and that is where exactly your precision of thought would come. If you really want to communicate well, choose the right word at the right time, and that is where exactly your vocabulary development is going to be very important. Second, you should always be very contemporary with your thought process. Choose the occasion you want to speak, have your proper insights, then give your thoughts on the basis of whatever you have come across. And if you read more, you would definitely be in a position to give your thoughts well. So be well read and know about what exactly is happening in and around you. People would definitely value that. And last but not the least is all about know the profile of the people you are going to speak to. Know about their culture, their religion, their thought process, their beliefs, and this will really help you to connect with them well. If you know about these 3 things, that means you know about what kind of things a person would like. And if you can follow all these things, you will be definitely able to build a strong rapport. And you will be talking about the words, and you will be talking about the things that people would really appreciate.
Heroic management. Heroic leadership has fueled many startups to a high level of success and often is responsible for driving a young company to get its first product out the door. The 2 heroic systems, management models, typically found in organizations are technical manager, manager as conductor. The technical manager Most technical leaders make little use of meetings, preferring to work one-to-one with subordinates. One startup we worked with actually had banned meetings of any kind, reminding us of countries that are afraid of people gathering, thus forbid it. Often this is a reaction to the too many meetings syndrome encountered in larger companies. The manager as conductor. As the company grows and managers' responsibilities increase, some begin to see that they do not have all the answers, cannot check up on all their people, do not have time to actually do the work, feel pressures building up, and that something is not working. Engaging management. The biggest underlying theme for engaging employees is not tracking their every move or even their happiness, but to inspire them to do their job to the fullest extent and to do it well, and then enjoyment with their work will come. Employees that are properly engaged tend to be more effective and productive. Transparency. For many years, transparency has had a different meaning. Now, employees consider insight into business performance and operations as a necessity to fully rally behind a company. Communication. Employees need to be informed and feel involved. As a result, being transparent is fundamental. Start early. Part of the continued employee engagement process begins with the hiring process and ensuring solid fits with respect to the company's setting and culture. Team. Part of developing employees is to ensure they are not overworked. Continuous feedback. Assess employees and company constantly. Objectives. Objectives should include department goals that come from feedback reviews. Employee development is defined broadly as the development of skills and abilities needed to serve customers more effectively and to improve work processes. Establish goals. Goal setting and development planning are done at the beginning of the fiscal year or performance cycle, depending on organization. Goals help make sure that what we are doing aligns with the organization's mission and priorities. Offer training. Learning happens all the time, whether or not we are fully aware of it. Are you a person who forgets to save your work on your computer on a regular basis? If a power failure occurs and we lose some data, do we learn anything? If we say to you, we must remember to save more often, we have done some learning. Improvement. Employees often know as well or better than managers when their work processes or productivity could be better. Career development. Many workers join their organizations not just to have a job, but to develop a career. Opportunities for advancement are essential to employee retention and performance. Message. Training is an investment employers make in their workforce. When companies offer training and education to their employees, they indicate that they value their people and the contributions they make. They also send a message that the organization values progress. Track progress. What separates a person from achieving their goals and not achieving their goals is staying focused and being persistent in following through. There are many different ways to track progress toward goals. Look at the big picture. This is the foundation of keeping track of progress and also accomplishing goals. In order to start tracking progress, take a step back and look at the big picture. Plan and organize. When it comes to tracking progress toward goals, planning and organizing time is the key to accomplishing goals. Accountability. Share goals with spouse or a good friend. It is important to have other person ask about progress. When there is someone else other than you holding accountable, you are more likely to get tasks completed throughout the week. Celebrate. With each accomplishment, it is important to take a step back and celebrate success. If you are constantly looking ahead and never taking time to celebrate accomplishments, you will most likely get burned out. Reevaluate development. A reevaluation must occur at least once every 3 years unless the parents and the school district agree that a reevaluation is unnecessary. Strategic employee development gives an employer the chance to mold staff to suit the company, avoiding what might otherwise be a difficult headhunting task in sourcing specialized personnel. Training. A well-designed training program that maximizes learning before, during, and after instruction translates into positive, lasting changes on the job. Self-directed learning. This approach puts individual employees in control of their own learning, allowing for personal differences in learning styles and encouraging ownership of the learning process. Coaching and mentoring. Effective coaching and mentoring programs depend on the skills and personality of the mentor or coach, adequate time for coaching and mentoring sessions, and established timelines and goals. Employee promotion. Promoting someone to a position of greater responsibility is a traditional way of rewarding good performance, developing employee skills, and retaining valued employees. Job enrichment. Job enrichment increases the employee's authority or responsibility within their current position. Job rotation and cross-training. Job rotation moves an employee through one or more different positions. The rotation can last several hours, several months, or even a year or two. Cross-training is a specific type of job rotation where an employee learns the skills of a different position. Lateral moves. In a lateral move, an employee moves to a different position with similar status, pay, and responsibility. Job aids. Job aids can reduce the amount of information employees need to recall by providing easily accessible facts.
What is business strategy? Business strategy is a long-term plan of action designed to achieve a particular goal, set of goals, or objectives. Business strategy is the foundation of any successful business. There are different types of business strategies, but the best business strategies must steer a course between the inevitable internal pressure for business continuity and the demands of a rapidly changing market. Strategy is management's game plan for strengthening the performance of the enterprise. It states how business should be conducted to achieve the desired goals. Without a strategy, management has no roadmap to guide them. The first step, industry research. Conduct significant research on the industry in which you operate. Conduct an internal assessment of your organization's own strengths and weaknesses. By conducting research on your industry and the major players and factors within your industry, you can better prepare your company for long-term success and establish a clear, sustainable, and successful strategy. Many entrepreneurs are hesitant to conduct industry research due to the perceived cost and effort involved. Fortunately, there are inexpensive and effective methods to conduct industry research. To fully understand your company, its competition, and the nature of your current and potential customers, it is essential to paint a complete portrait of your industry. Once the analysis are complete, the firm has the information it needs to make a strategic decision about its products and/or services. Ultimately, there are really just two strategies that a company can pursue when it comes to a specific product or service. They can either try to be the price leader in their industry, or they can pursue a differentiation strategy. Possible strategies: price leadership and differentiation. A price leadership strategy might be a wise route when a key success factor is your ability to minimize cost, also known as cost leadership. If this is also a core competency of yours because of superior supply chain management, or maybe a technological edge that your competitors don't have, then you will have achieved what any and every business is after, i.e., a sustainable competitive advantage. Product differentiation might be a better strategy to pursue in industries where customers are looking for something more specialized. In this scenario, The product must be different from the competition's and provide value that other competing products do not provide. If your company can deliver a product that is different from the competition's and is in demand amongst potential buyers, then you have a sustainable competitive advantage. Developing your business strategy. Set a vision statement. Set a mission statement. Analyze strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, also known as SWOT. Create a balanced scorecard. Set goals or objectives. Create a strategy map. Set key performance indicators or KPIs. You will need the following in place as part of defining your business strategy. Number 1. Your vision statement describes a picture of your company's future and the direction it is headed. It encapsulates the customer focus and market position your company should have. Number 2. Your mission statement expresses the purpose of your company. It describes what business you are in and the customer needs you are trying to meet. Number 3. SWOT analysis is an important tool for rapidly establishing the overall strategic position of your business and its environment. Number 4. The balanced scorecard is a tool for managing your business by linking the processes to their associated performance and results. Number 5. You need to properly construct your goals using the SMART acronym as the guideline. Number 6. A strategy map is an illustration that enables you to link actions or objectives into a coherent, logical structure that shows the cause and effect link between objectives or actions in your business. And lastly, number 7, KPIs, or Key Performance Indicators, are financial and non-financial metrics used to help your organization define and measure progress towards your goal.
Dealing with a plateaued employee. Plateaued employees are those who, for various reasons, cannot progress any further along than their current career path. An employer must deal with that eventuality, as attitudes such as these can prove insidious to an organization in the long term. Causes. An employee in a low-paid dead-end job may have little hope of career progression and will often be aware of this from the outset. Most skilled employees, however, expect to move upward throughout their working lives. Effects. Plateaued and non-plateaued employees respond differently to their work environment. The corroborated other studies that have shown plateaued employees are more likely to exhibit negative behavioral responses. Mitigation. Many employees reach the zenith of their chosen field fairly early in their work lives. Continuous career progression is rare, especially in relatively unskilled employment areas. In cases such as these, plateaued employees need other forms of work-based stimulation. Anticipation. Employees who have worked for a single organization for a long period of time are frequently valuable assets. They are also the most likely to plateau. Special issues in training and employee development. Training should not be a one-time event, but must be repeated for all new employees and held at least annually for all employees. It should inform employees what sexual harassment consists of and what the legal standards for liability are, and instruct employees at all levels about the mechanisms and procedures in place for immediate reporting of infractions. Cost. Employers can maximize the return on investment by carefully planning how employee development can enhance performance and productivity, which ultimately impacts the company's bottom line. Performance management goals. An important component of performance management is goal setting. Managers and employees working together to identify performance and professional development goals should use the SMART method. Utilizing knowledge. Employees must be able to put to work the knowledge they've gained from professional development activities. This is an issue for employers who provide training yet fail to provide opportunities in which employees can use their new skills. Logistics challenges. Coordinating work and training schedules can present a challenge for full-time workers when reducing employee hours to accommodate the training schedule is not an option. Did you know? Performance management originated as a broad term coined by Dr. Aubrey Daniels in the late 1970s to describe a technology for managing both behavior and results, two critical elements of what is known as performance. Let us summarize what we have learned in this lecture. Employee development is a joint, ongoing effort on the part of an employee and the organization, in which he or she works to upgrade one's knowledge, skills, and abilities. The success and failure of an organization depend on its employees, truly making them the brand ambassadors for an organization. Trainings and employee development activities play a crucial role in developing employees and preparing them for adverse situations and unforeseen circumstances. Efficiency in the workplace is defined by the work or tasks completed in a single workday by a single employee, or by the work completed by a department or team in a given time period. Training is a way to enhance the ability to deliver service, to maintain a flexible and continually educated workforce, to provide employees opportunities for growth and development and improve overall performance.